Well, look who it is. The guy who took like a long time off break thing. That's what we're going to call it. It's like a sabbatical, but it's different. Hi, my name's TJ. Thanks for checking this video out. I have not made many videos specifically on this channel in a while, but we're coming back really quick. TLDR for you if you're just wanting to know what's the updates. Updates are we're back doing videos, we're back doing streams, we're going to do scary videos as the videos, scary games as the videos, and we're going to do like Souls likes as the streams. Cool, you got all the information. Thanks for checking it out. Now for the extended version. So I took like a long break there for a bit, off and on, two years, 1, 2, 3 years, something like that. We're now to 2025. This video is going up in August 2025. I'm recording it August 13th. Hopefully it goes up the very next day. That's the goal. We're going to do minimal editing on this. You're going to see all the mistakes and the misspeaks and all the misses. But that's fine. I just want to focus on like getting stuff out there for you guys. So my goal in July, if you weren't able to tune into the streams, which is totally fine, understandable. If you weren't able to tune into the streams, my goal for July was just to start streaming. So we achieved that. We started streaming on Twitch and YouTube. Generally, it's on Thursdays, possibly also on Tuesdays. If neither of those days, then Sundays. But that's kind of like just focus on Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's the goal. Tuesdays are if like I've got everything else good, then we'll also stream on Tuesdays. It's like a bonus day. But definitely on Thursdays, that's the goal. What time, you ask? Great question. Anyways, moving on. Roughly, I would say by the latest at like 5 or 6 p.m. Central Time. But at the earliest, possibly even like noonish Central Time. I live in Dallas now, by the way. I don't know if how much of an update are you, the viewer, needing? I live in Dallas now. I moved to Texas about a year and a half ago. No, about 2 years ago. I moved to Texas about 2 years ago. I moved to Dallas about a year and a half ago. So that's where I am currently. I do want to get back to Southern California at some point and someday, but there's some things I gotta take care of before then. I moved to Texas partially to help take care of some aging family members. And then also living in LA is very expensive. And I was like not financially healthy enough to really survive there. So we're taking care of that. We're taking care of some things in order to be able to get back to the Pacific Ocean. I just love the Pacific Ocean. But anyways, that's not part of this update video before I tangent any further on that. So we're doing streams. We were doing a couple different things on streams. We were doing Destiny. We were doing Marvel Rivals. But I think what we're going to do for the short to medium long term is going to be Souls likes. So right now we're focusing on Lies of P. This is a game that I started a year and a half ago. I want to say January 2023. And the DLC for it just came out a couple months ago in June 2025. I would love to experience that. It's an amazing game. We got probably roughly about 60% of the way through on our first playthrough before life happened. Was that in January? It is so hard. Time for the last couple of years has been very fluid. But that's for a different video. We'll talk about that some other day. So we're doing Lies of P. I love this game so much. If you want to come tune in on the streams and just see what it's like right now for this month, the game is also one of the games available for the PlayStation Plus monthly games that you can own forever, as long as you have a PlayStation Plus subscription active at that time. It's an amazing game. I highly recommend it. I got mine on Steam. Actually, originally I was playing it. Don't be like me. Well, do be like me. Do and don't. I originally was playing on the PC Game Pass version, and then I did not finish the game before it was removed from PC Game Pass. So I missed out, and I'm having to start all the way over now. But you won't have that problem with PlayStation Plus, actually. This is not sponsored or anything, because as long as you have an active PlayStation Plus subscription, which is like $10 a month, you can continue playing the game. So it's not like even if it goes away at the end of this month, you still get to own it as long as you added it to your account. Anyways, I got mine on Steam during the Steam summer sale. I think it was like the first time the game was on sale. I'd been tracking it because I really wanted to own it. And finally now we own the original game and the DLC. So good stuff. Okay, great. Anyways, we're doing the streams. If you want to come by and just check out what it's like, come by. We stream Thursdays, sometime in the afternoon to evenings on Central Time. Cool, great. The part that you're probably the most interested in is videos going up on this channel. So for the last number of years, I've been mainly a streaming-oriented content creator. And going forward, I think that doing videos is like a more sustainable version of a career. I've been doing YouTube, I've been doing digital entertainment, content creation for like 15 years now. I started in November of 2009. Some of you are watching this video, you might not have even been born then, depending on when you were born. Would you believe that? So, I've been doing this for like almost 16 years, and I would love to do it another 15, 20 and beyond years. I want to make this a career. For me personally, doing streaming is really fun. I love the live engagement of it, but it's not as sustainable for me as doing videos on YouTube or whatever platform. So that's what I'm leaning towards for the future. I would love to get to a point where we have like a video upload every single day. And I don't know when that will happen, but that is a goal, and that is something I'm aiming for. I find in my life, when I aim for the harder things, when I aim as like high and as challenging as possible, I don't always hit it. Generally, I almost never hit my goals, but I hit about 80%. Whatever I aim for, I hit about 80%. And so therefore, the higher I aim, the more I achieve by coming in at like 80%. Versus if like I aim realistically, I still come in low. So point is, I just try and aim for the most challenging stuff because that gets me the farthest, closest to the ridiculous stuff. It's cool. So that's what I'm aiming for. So yeah, eventually have like at least one video every single day. Hopefully eventually they'll be edited. Starting out, we're going to not do editing, or at least, or at the most minimal editing, just like jump cuts here and there. Cool. So that's kind of what's coming up. Videos. What kind of videos, you ask? I'm glad you asked. Someone in chat told me about the concept of Summerween. Basically the idea that like Halloween starts now. And in my eyes, Halloween starts as soon as July 4th is over. Cool. Sounds good. I'm down. So we're now in the midst of Summerween. So we're going to do like 3 months of horror games. And it's going to be a spectrum of horror games. There's going to be like really intense horror games like Alien Isolation maybe, and those types of, and Resident Evil. And there's also going to be like cute indie horror games too. There's this game called, I think it was like Happy Game. It was just on Epic Games Store for their free weekly giveaway. It's a psychedelic, cute indie horror game. So we're going to try that out. There's a game called Pony Island, again, like a cute horror game. And some other games as well. But anyways, point is, horror games, spooky games. We're gonna have like 3 months of it leading up to Halloween. I know we're like about halfway through August, but you get the idea. Okay, we're gonna have at least 2 solid months of horror games. In order to get the horror game videos out to you guys, as mentioned earlier, there's probably gonna be like none or minimal editing on it. So I'm just gonna focus on like getting videos out, getting the games played and completed. I know that that's also been an issue for me. I think those are my 2 biggest issues. Kind of consistencies in there too. But anyways, recording stuff, getting the stuff out. Editing is a challenge in between those 2. And then 3, completing games. We've started a couple games in the last couple years that we have not finished, including Lies of P, for example. Also including the casting of, what was that game? I have it right here. The casting of Frank Stone. And then also on stream, we did Inscription. We started Inscription but didn't finish it. And some other game as well. I also have recordings. I have recordings that I have not edited and put up yet, but I have recordings of them, of Poppy Playtime, the first one, and this, I forget what it's called right now, but the Sesame Street horror game. I think it was like Avenue something, not Avenue Q. That's a play, musical, not that, but something somewhat like that. Anyways, my neighborhood, your friendly neighborhood, my friendly neighborhood. I think it's my friendly neighborhood. That's like my neurons are like reaching deep back into the recesses of my memory for that title, and I don't even know if that's accurate or not. I'm pretty sure it is. Anyways, that's what's coming up soon. So I had to do this video first to update you guys onto what is happening, what is coming soon. And now I have to pick what to actually play. To give you an idea. Also, by the way, if you're watching this, I would love suggestions in the comments. If you want to drop some, please let me know what you are interested in me playing. Specifically, let's just focus on horror games for this one. They can be cute horror games. They can be intense horror games. They can be horror adjacent, like Control and Alan Wake. Those are not necessarily, I think Alan Wake is more true horror. There's like some psychological horror going on in there, I think. I'm not sure. I've only played not even halfway through the first one, but I did play that. I should jot that down. I forgot to jot that down. I think we're going to start fresh on that. I didn't even make it halfway through the first Alan Wake. This was like a year or two ago when Alan Wake 2 came out. I was trying to like get it recorded and put out so we could play Alan Wake 2. Didn't happen because of editing and other life stuff. But we have that game. Control is, I believe it's even less horror-y, therefore I would call it like horror adjacent. There's still spooky, supernatural, monster-y stuff. I would include monsters, anything with monsters, zombies, vampires. Maybe it's not specifically scary. Maybe there's just a single pumpkin in the game. It's not even a jack-o'-lantern. I would consider it. So all of you who are about to put Harvest Moon, you feel free to do that. Is that the newest one? Is there a different version? I've never played it. Actually, people do talk about how there's like a big twist in the story later on. No spoilers in chat, but I have heard that there is a big twist and the game is like not quite what you think it is. Is that Harvest Moon or is it a different game? It's a different farming game that has a title that is like Harvest Moon. Anyways, there's those games. There's the games that we've started, Inscription, Casting of Frankstone, and then there's new games coming up as well. So the new Silent Hill game, Silent Hill F, coming out around September 24th. You can pay more and get it out 2 days earlier than that, but roughly September 24th. It is basically a Souls-like version of Silent Hill. I would even say it's closer to like Evil Within, but in terms of like what I'm seeing, but it's definitely Souls-like. There's a health bar, there is a stamina bar, there is a sanity bar, and there is also a weapon durability bar. Like there's 4 different bars in this game for your character who's like a little middle school or high school teenage girl. I have no idea if it's gonna work or not, but I'm really interested. It's gonna be an experience either way. If it's great, that's a wonderful experience. If it's not great, that's going to be a really fun experience too. So I'm excited I think we're going to try and make some videos out of that one. I have no idea what it's going to be like. There's also this game Chronos, The New Dawn. It's going to be made by Bluebird Team. It's coming out on September 5th, so a little bit before Silent Hill F. September 5th is in like 3 weeks, something like that, really soon. Made by Bluebird Team. They did the Blair Witch game. They did the other Silent Hill 2 remake. They did Layers of Fear. They also did Observer, which was surprising to me. I haven't played Observer, but that's a really unique looking game. It's Chronos is going to be like Resident Evil meets Dead Space, which are already kind of similar, meets time travel. You travel back and forth between like present day, the future, and the past. Present day, future, what's called future and past. But in the future, there's like a apocalypse and humanity's like dying off and there's monsters and stuff. And so you have to go to the past and save key people. And when you do that, I think that helps save the future. But the twist is, an interesting twist they have in there is that the more people that you save or collect their essence or something like that, the more your suit gets haunted. And so you start experiencing like voices and hallucinations and stuff. And I think that sounds so cool. I'm so excited for that. So anyways, there's 2 new games coming up that I'm considering. Also, there's Little Nightmares 3. In order to play Little Nightmares 3, we have to play Little Nightmares 1 and 2. I thought we had finished Little Nightmares 1. But on Steam, I only have so many achievements unlocked, and not the ending of the game achievements unlocked. So I'm thinking we've not fully beaten Little Nightmares 1. So we might go back and do all that. Little Nightmares 3 comes out October 9th. So like a week or 2 after Silent Hill F. So gotta get on that if that's what we want to do. You know what I'm saying? And also another upcoming game, a long time in the future coming up, but Resident Evil 9 coming out in February 2026. So roughly 6 months away. I would love to do a Resident Evil marathon on this channel. I don't know if we start it during Summerween, just that name is so funny, or if we start after Summerween, or how and when or what. I've only played like 2 or 3 Resident Evil games. I know I've played and beaten. That's a big deal for me. That's a big deal. We've played and beaten. I've played and beaten 7 and 8. And I want to say 3. Someone's going to correct me in chat. Thank you in advance. I can't recall. Do I have it on my list? I do not have it written down which one I've beaten. But I have a list here. Hold on. I dropped my fidget spinner. Give me a second. I have a list here of how the Resident Evil games chronologically should be played. So it's like 0, 1, then 3 first half, then 2, then 3 second half, then Code Veronica, 4 Revelations, 5 Revelations 2, 6, 7, 8 DLC. That's a lot of game. That's a lot of video games. I think we should go for it. I don't want to do them all like straight back to back to back to back, but like roughly back to back. Something like that. Maybe they'd be longer videos. I don't know. We'll have to try it and find out. I have no idea. I think that'd be fun. I have all of them on Steam. Except for Code Veronica, which is apparently only on PlayStation 4 and older consoles. Luckily, I do have my PlayStation 4 still in action. I have a PlayStation, for those of you who don't know, I have a PlayStation 5 controller, but not a PlayStation 5. And this thing feels like a luxury car. I like got some like lizard grips on the side. I got some like thumbstick things. Feels really good. I'm using it for playing Liza P right now. It feels really good. Really freaking good. Anyways, so Resident Evil. I would love for us to play every single Resident Evil. Not every single, but like every single mainline. Is that what it's called? Mainline Resident Evil. All the way in preparation for Resident Evil 9 that comes out roughly on my birthday. I think it's like the 12th or the 19th, but my birthday is the 22nd. So that'd be fun. Cool. We also got other classic stuff. I mentioned the Alan Wake universe, Alan Wake Control. We've also got the Dead Space remake. We got like some other stuff. I don't know if I ever played Outlast 2. I think I did, but Steam says I didn't. I'm confused by that. Maybe I played the demo. Maybe I played the demo. I bet if I searched YouTube, I could find what it is I did, because I'm pretty sure we did it as a video. Maybe I did this. Maybe that's what I did. That's coming back to me now. I think I'm realizing what it is I did. Anyways, we got some other stuff too. What is, and then I don't know. There's like some other stuff. Okay, there's a bunch. But what I'm more interested in is what you guys would like to see me do. I think honestly. Oh, we also have the Dark Pictures anthology. So stuff made by like the Until Dawn team. So Man of Medan, Little Hope, House of Ashes, Devil in Me. We also have some Amnesia games. I never played the DLC for the original Amnesia. Justine. I never played that. I did play Amnesia 1. I did play Amnesia 2. War for Pigs. Is that right? Then I never played Rebirth or The Bunker. So I got those written down as well. Slay the Princess. Some other stuff. Anything that has to do with ghosts, you can see for consideration. Okay, that's enough of me talking. Well, about games. I mean, you're here because I assume you want to hear me talk. That's generally why you would be watching this video. Maybe you've got me on mute. I've heard of that before too. People have said that before. Okay. Anyways, this is what you get to see, the whole sausage being made with all the different trains of thought and no edits. Anything else to mention? Let me know, you guys, your suggestions, your requests and comments. Also browse the comments and upvote a thumbs up, like the videos, the suggestions that you agree with, that you want to see. I would love to know what you guys are wanting to see. I don't have anything written down here of what is it called? The games that I played a long time ago, like Ebe and The Witch's House, Mermaid Swamp, stuff like that. So if there's games that are in that style, that are some bangers that I should really experience, let me know. I did play Pink about a year or two ago. We played Pink. I found that on itch.io. And that was a fun little throwback to that style of video games. Cool. So now I have to just figure out what game to start off with. So what I think I'm going to do is we're going to have at a single time. First of all, I think the videos are going to be longer. They're probably going to be an hour. If we don't do an hour or more, then it's going to be 20 episodes for one game. And I think that's a little too much. So I'd rather go longer video, get more videos out, get more games complete, that kind of stuff. But also I could see the argument that shorter videos might get new viewers to click on that, and maybe that'd be healthier for the channel. So we'll maybe have to do a balance, or maybe once we get, so right now we're working on getting 4,000 watch hours back for the channel so we can monetize the channel again. We have a version A of monetization, so we can do monthly subscribers, basically. Monthly members, I think it's called memberships on YouTube. But we don't have the leveled up version of monetization with ads. We got 4,000 watch hours. We'll get there eventually. I'm not too worried about it. We gotta get in one continuous 12 months. That's how YouTube works. I'm not worried about it. We'll get there. All I have to do is not take a break. You know? So at the very end of this video, I'll talk about the break more. Since if you watch that long, it sounds like you might be interested. I'll take that as a hint that you're interested in knowing what happened. Not really what happened, a little bit what happened, yeah. Cool. Anything else? No, just let me know your requests. And we're doing, on the streams, we're doing Liza P, as mentioned. And then we'll probably do, I really want to play Souls-likes. I really love Sekiro, Liza P. I love Elden Ring a little bit. I've played of it. I loved the Dark Souls 1 experience on stream. That was probably one of my top 3 favorite streaming experiences that I've ever had in my entire life. Was working through Dark Souls 1 with you guys live. It was just so much fun. So, and also I just love the Souls-likes, but they're so long. Those games are so long. We can't just do them as episodes. We gotta do them as streams. That's what we gotta do. So we're doing that. And I'm gonna eventually come up with some type of centralized way to communicate scheduling stuff to you guys. It's probably going to be I'll probably have a couple different places. It'll definitely be the Discord. We have a Discord, if you don't know, discord.gg/TJSmith, I think it is. We're definitely in the Discord. And then I might just make like a content updates account that'll be included. It'll be both for streams and for videos, for the gaming channel. I guess I could definitely post on the gaming channel. That'd be a good thing to do, is posting just community updates. And then maybe like a Threads or Blue Sky or Twitter or something like that. I'm not sure. We'll figure it out. I don't know. Ever since Twitter converted to X, and then the creation of Threads and Blue Sky, it feels like I don't know where to like centralize my focus on. Do I pick one? Do I do all of them? They have different vibes. You know what I'm saying? It's a complicated situation. Irregardless, definitely will post here on the channel. If you can't tell, my focus for the future is primarily on creating videos, so therefore YouTube. Twitch is great for streaming experiences. YouTube is not so great for streaming experiences, but it's okay. It's not bad. But YouTube is great for videos, and I feel like long-term content creation career, yada, yada, yada. So you probably already know this. I'm probably just preaching to the choir here. I guess it's like explaining, I know that the vast majority of like my active viewers right now, as I'm recording this video, are probably mostly stream audience. So I guess I'm wanting to explain what the idea is going forward, so y'all have an idea of like what the path is before us, where we're going, hopefully together. Cool, great. I guess that's about all the updates I needed to tell you. It's really just, hey, this is what's coming up. Videos, streams, spooky games, and Souls-likes. Now the spooky can be cute as well. And we'll do non-spooky stuff after Halloween as well. We'll probably continue doing the Resident Evils in order to get ready for February 9th. Or I don't know, it's 9th February, whenever. Number 9. Resident Evil 9. And I guess that's it. Okay, cool. Now, bonus content. You wanted to know what happened. Why did I take a break? Good question. So in 2023, spring of 2023, I kind of realized, I came to the realization that like a lot of things were not sustainable in my life. And I needed to make some big changes in order to be able to make it another 15 years as a content creator, or 10 years, or however, in order to continue doing this as a career for the rest of my life, which is what I want to do because I love it. And I've tried corporate jobs and I do not fit. I'm too unusual of an individual to really fit in like a standard traditional corporate environment. I might have to do it someday just to like be able to continue doing content, but that's not the life for me. Future hiring people, don't watch this video. But if it's a non-traditional office job, then like that might work. Different, you know what I'm saying? Okay, great. Sealing my fate right now. So I needed to make some big changes in order to make this sustainable. And so I left Los Angeles. I moved back to Texas. I stayed with family first for a little bit, about 6 months. Maybe I made a video about this before, I'm not sure. And then I moved to the Dallas area, which is where I'm originally from. I have a couple friends, both old and from college, living here as well. So it was nice to reconnect with them. And I've kind of been trying to get my footing here in the Dallas area. And it's been challenging. I've tried different jobs. I've tried different things. Nothing like questionable, just really been trying to like figure out how to re-stabilize myself and not quite finding myself. It's like I know what I want my life to be like. it's like seeing, I always think of like my life, my journey as like being out among the mountains. And this must have harkened back to like my camp. I was like a Boy Scout growing up. So like my days camping and like seeing either on a map or like visually seeing this, like this place you want to go. Maybe it's like a mountaintop or whatever. And I want to get to that place. And how do I get there? So I see this version of my life and this is how I've been throughout most of my life. I like visualize and meditate on, and like my subconscious works in tandem with the conscious to be like, all right, this would be a good life right here. This would be a good thing to do. This will be fun. I think this is the way to proceed. And then my conscious brain is like, okay, let's figure out a path. How do we get there? And so a lot of the past like year and a half, maybe even back to like the 2+ years ago, has been trying to figure out, how do I get there? How do I achieve that? How do I find the path there? And it's been very challenging. I'll be vaguely honest. It's been very challenging. And it's been very tough. At one point last year, the reason I stopped streaming or doing any kind of content last year, about a year ago exactly almost, was I was trying to get, I'll give you the quick but detailed. I had a job when I first moved to the Dallas area. I was working from home, and then they had to downsize due to like the market, the economy. So they had to let me go in like May. So then for like May and June, I was like trying to find a job. Got a job. They're like, cool, you're going to start at this point in July. Cool, great. That day rolls around. They're like, oh, by the way, actually, we're going to push it back a week. Okay. That next week rolls around. Oh, we're going to push it back another week. Oh, okay. Then push it back another week. So at that point, after the second postponement, I was like, I need to find another job. This is not going to happen, is it? I think like a month or so later, they finally started actually having people work there. But anyways, I went ahead and just found a different job. So now we're into like mid-August at that point, I want to say. Early to mid-August, I'm on the job hunt again. I get another job, start working there. It's exhausting. But there's a side component as well that I'll tell you about in just a second. But I worked this job August, September, October, early October. It was clear that this second job, right? The first job didn't really start. So the second job is like not quite paying enough. So I get another job. So now we're on to the third job. It's the second job, but it's the third job. And I train all for like an entire month, all of October. We finally, this is like a restaurant. We finally open up in like November. And it's great for like a week or two. And then it's like, I'm making like less than $10 an hour while I'm at this restaurant. It's a wonderful restaurant. Their finances were set up in an unusual way. But the people who work there are great. And the restaurant itself is great. Very, very delicious. I can't work for less than $10 an hour. It's not sustainable. So I end up leaving that job in like early December, I want to say. Cool. So we go back to the second job. We work that job mainly. It's just clear this job is not going to work. It's like draining for me in so many ways. So get another new job. That's the one I'm currently at. The only job I'm working currently. It's decent. It is part-time, which is great. So I have time to create content. And that's where we're at nowadays. The side component that I mentioned earlier is that it turns out, I don't know how long this has been going on for, but I've definitely confirmed it through repeated testings. I'm allergic to some basic ass foods, dude. I'm allergic to rice and oats and some other stuff. Rice and oats. I thought it was going to be like when I was like I would eat rice or oats like every day because it's like a healthy food and you're supposed to have a healthy breakfast, eat oatmeal, have a healthy dinner, do chicken and rice and veggies. It causes massive fatigue for me. I don't know why. I don't understand it. I've tried researching it. It's extremely rare, but apparently it's a thing, but it's like extremely rare and like, I don't know. Anyways, when I first kind of figured out, see, I would always like, I would eat breakfast and then like I would just be exhausted the rest of the day. And I thought it was just like, I wasn't eating the right stuff, or like I wasn't, I'd exercised too hard, or like I didn't sleep well enough. It's my ADD. I don't know, like any of these things. Until like I ate one time, I was like, I ate oatmeal. I ate a breakfast. I started discovering this in April, this most recent April. I ate just eggs and like chicken or something, or a burger or something like that for breakfast. And I felt amazing. I didn't have any like fatigue. I didn't have to go take a nap. I didn't have this sluggishness. I was able to focus. When you're not able to focus for like months upon months upon months, you start to just think that's how your brain is. I just thought like this was because of the concussions from football when I was growing up, because of my ADD, because of whatever else. I was just convinced like this is how my brain is. This is what the rest of my life is going to be like. I just thought like I wasn't going to be able to focus. I couldn't sustain concentration. I couldn't get anything done. I would have like tiny windows of energy and attention. And it was always late at night because I would eat dinner around like 7 or 8. And then by like 10 or 11, maybe not even that, but it was like late at night was when all the food, inflammation, fatigue, allergy stuff had worn off finally. And I was able to like think and be myself, have my brain back. And it was honestly really like depressing and frustrating to think that like, this is just how my brain is now. And it was so rejuvenating and refreshing and empowering when like I discovered, wait, there must be something that I'm like eating that's causing this. Cause I just had a highly protein meal and I feel amazing right now. And I felt amazing for like the next 3 or 4 hours. So that clued me in that it was like something I was eating. So then I started testing. And I've tried all sorts of different amalgamations of like combining foods, and it's very clear that it was like oats and rice. I didn't dial in on the rice for a little bit. I dialed in on the oats pretty early on. And I thought it was going to be gluten. I thought it was like celiac or something like that, because a lot of the symptoms do match celiac symptoms. And so I went out and I bought a whole bunch of gluten-free foods, like gluten-free oatmeal, gluten-free bread, gluten-free whatever, snacks. And I tried the gluten-free oatmeal like then one of the next morning or whatever. And I was so excited about it. And it was the exact same symptoms, allergy, inflammation, fatigue for hours. And I was like, God damn it. So then I had to go return all that food. And the grocery store lady was like, why are you returning this? I was like, don't worry about it. I tried to explain it to her, but here in Texas, like, they don't understand stuff like food allergies. They don't, it's not within their world view experience, stuff like that. I mean, it's weird. Like, it's weird. I don't understand it either, but that's, anyways. So, continued working on it. Just found out it's just oats, and that's tough. That's tough. So oats and rice. The rice one is a weird one. It's also not super consistent either. Sometimes I'll have like I had like some rice foods, so like rice Chex will cause it, and there was like this rice frozen dinner thing that I had, and like that caused it. But then I'll have rice something else and it won't cause it, and there's no other common ingredients besides that. But sometimes I'll have the rice because it is still like a good food, and the main thing that I get is like fatigue. It's like inflammation, but it's fatigue. Sometimes I'll try just to reconfirm because I'm still in the very early stages of like figuring this out, learning about this stuff. So I'm like retesting the hypothesis, and sometimes it doesn't proc. So I don't know. I really don't know, but I haven't really retested the oat stuff too much because I'm like, I'm okay with not, like, oats already made me not feel good. So I'm cool with letting them go. Like, I would have to like have small servings of oats to not have like stomach aches, basically. But that's probably related to the allergy. Anyways, I'm getting distracted. We're tangenting, tangent mode activated. So now that I like finally have a lot more mental energy, mental concentration, mental clarity, it was like an all-day brain fog. I'm getting a lot more done. I have done more in the last. I've gotten caught up on so many things in the last like 4 or 5 months. It's been amazing. Stuff from like years ago, stuff from months ago. You would not believe stuff that I had not done and what all I've gotten done. So here we are. Now we're back to modern day present. So I have the vision. I see where I want to go. So there was this quote, I've kind of mentioned it on the stream a couple times. There's this quote that's really resonated with me that I heard in the last couple weeks. It is basically commit to the life that you want. Here, I'll give you 2 quotes. The first one is commit to the life that you want. One of my biggest challenges is getting things done. I am a strategist. I love thinking about things. I love coming up with ideas. I love coming up with concepts. I love weighing the pros and cons. I love stress testing the ideas, poking and prodding at them, trying to figure out how to enhance them and improve them. And I love that. I love strategizing. That doesn't get things done though. And I think in a lot of my life before doing content, a lot of my life was all about strategizing, especially like during school and like getting into that college that I went to. And then once in college, like it's so much strategizing, so much preparation. A lot of content can also be preparation. A lot of like acting can be preparation, learning, practicing, rehearsing, studying the character, writing a script, coming up with a concept, then actually filming and then editing. The hardest part for me with content in my entire career is editing. I don't know why. Once I'm in it, once I force myself into editing, I really enjoy it. But it's like doing your taxes. Once I'm into doing my taxes, I enjoy it and I get it done and yada yada. But like the mental anxiety or avoidance of this task is tough. So that's part of the reason we're not going to edit right now. And someday I will hire an editor. I kind of, if you're interested in like helping me edit videos, either volunteer and future paid or just only paid, let me know. Would appreciate the help. But I feel bad taking on like a volunteer editor when I don't know when I would be able to pay the person, but I do want to be able to pay that person someday. I don't know. Just let me know. Well, if there's somebody, if it's a perfect fit, great. We'll go for it. Cool. Great. So going back to the modern day, I can see where I want my life to go and to be. Creating content. So doing like gaming videos and streaming and making like for short term or for a shorter terminology, making like TikToks, short vertical videos that go on like YouTube Shorts and TikTok and Instagram. I feel like you have a lot of room for creativity with those. And I enjoy the culture of that stuff. And then also acting. So it's like three areas. Acting. I'm still kind of like concerned about how and where the industry is going. That's a topic for another video. Gaming, so that's like videos and streams, and then like short videos, short vertical videos, TikToks, however you want to call them. Those are the three categories, basically. I feel like the TikToks are like more mainstream. Like gaming is not, like gaming is mainstream, but like gaming is still like a subgenre. It's like a cult, it's like a subculture. You know what I mean? It's like if you were to make content to post on Instagram, it's likely that like gaming content wouldn't do great. But if you were to do gaming content on YouTube, like it has that subculture audience there. But like not the same type of thing on Instagram. You get what I'm trying to say. So I feel like the TikToks are like more like mainstream type content. I don't know why I'm telling you this. I don't even know if you care about this part. Those are the three genres of like content or work or creative work or whatever you want to call it for my career. That's what I'm seeing as my career for the long term. If you're watching this far down into the video, I'm very impressed and you are a true fan. Thanks for being here. You get to hear the deep, dark secrets, thoughts. And I just want to say thank you for, if you're actually still watching, thank you very much. And I definitely want to be living back in Southern California. That is, it's just like where my soul is happy. That is my culture. That is, I know I'm originally from Texas and I admire a lot about Texas people, but it's just not my culture. It's just not me. I was born here. I lived here for 13 years. When I was 13 years old, I left. So when I lived in Los Angeles for like 13 years as an adult, that's shaped who I am. That's me as an adult. That's my like chosen culture, I guess, in a sense. That's just like where I resonate, man. That's just like, I need to get back to that place. So that's the goal. That's the long-term goal. Don't know if it'll be Los Angeles or San Diego or somewhere in between, but definitely Southern California. I cannot explain to you what it feels like to watch the sunset over the Pacific Ocean, knowing that there is like literally nothing between you and Japan but ocean. I've even looked at this on Google Maps. Nothing between Los Angeles and Japan but ocean. It's incredible. It's incredible. To like know you're on a planet that is like floating through space, covered in 2/3 of water, and the sun is this giant thermonuclear reactor, ball of fire in the sky, and the earth is like rotating away from it with you on it. Puts everything in perspective, man. Puts everything in perspective. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. Cool. So I think that's about it. We're close to an hour. Let's just go ahead and wrap this up. Now you know why the content's paused. I honestly think of it as like sabbatical. It really helped me have like take a break from the industry, get some perspective. I consumed a lot of other content. It was nice because I was like, I went and like did research, strategized. I did research and just like experienced other people's content. And I can't do what they do, but it also gave me like clues into like what I do well, what I can do. And so that was good too. That was really nice. It also gave me ideas as well. Maybe want to have an editor someday. Maybe once I actually start making TikTok someday. It's been really fun. It's been a very good sabbatical. I'm coming back into this like, I feel like with a much better idea of what I want to achieve, how to achieve it. I have a lot of anxiety still. I don't know if you guys know this, but I was diagnosed with anxiety disorder along with my ADD, same diagnosis, 2 for 1. So I definitely have a lot of anxiety about making this video, releasing this video, making other videos, getting started, getting the machine going, getting back on the wagon. But the only way to get good at this is to do it. And there was what's his name? Baron something. He's mainly a TikTok creator. His name's Baron. He's really good. I don't remember his last name at the moment. Oh, wait, hold on. I downloaded this video that I'm talking about. He had a great video that he put out. I think it was like yesterday. You can't fail at trying. American Baron is his TikTok username. You can't fail at trying. The only way to fail at trying is if you don't try. So as long as you try, you're succeeding at trying. As long as you continue trying and you don't stop trying, you cannot fail at trying. That really wasn't the message of that particular video, but there's like one quote from that. I was going to give you another quote. There's another quote I need to give you. What is the other quote? You get 3 quotes in this video. One is, commit to the life that you want. Don't just strategize. Don't just think. Don't not try. Do try. And then the other one, the other quote that originally that I was going to give you. What is the other quote? See, if I were editing this video, I would just cut out this part. Give me 1 second. I shall find it. Spend your time. Here's the other quote. Here's your final quote of the video. This is mainly just something I came up with for me. It's not something I came up with to share with you, but I'm just sharing it with you in the hopes that it might resonate with you. Spend your time in ways that align with what you want to do in life. Spend your time in ways that align with what you want to do in life. Because sometimes I will have all these ideas, but I'll think about them and I'll make plans and I'll strategize, and then I'll go play a game, Destiny, cough, cough, for like hours, instead of doing the thing that I want to do with my life. And that's a problem. Like that's not how you're going to achieve your dreams. So if you have big dreams, whatever they are, start your own business, become a successful creator as well, do something special for yourself, for your family, for your friends, achieve certain special accomplishments in your field. Make sure that you're spending your time in ways that synergize with those dreams. You can take breaks. Like you can take a couple hours break in the evening. You can take a couple days or weeks as a break when you need to, but just make sure that you're putting in the action time. I have like 7,000 hours in Destiny minimum. And just imagine what this YouTube channel would be like if I had instead spent half of those hours, 3,000, 4,000 hours making videos instead. That's a vulnerable thing I'm sharing with you. I know that a lot of those hours were spent streaming it as well, but a lot of those hours were spent not streaming it, just me running around in circles. A lot of video games are good at getting you to run around in circles. Overwatch, a lot of PvP games, Marvel Rivals, Destiny, a lot of other games, a lot of live service games. So I'm trying to focus more on the one and done games. Luckily, Souls-likes are like that. These horror games that we're going to play are like that. Those it can be fun. Like I still play like a couple rounds of Marvel Rivals like every other day or something like that. And that's fun. There's a difference between playing a couple rounds every day or every couple of days versus playing 6 hours every single day. And that's what I was doing with Destiny. And then like more than that on the weekends. I'm just getting real vulnerable with you right now. Okay. So make sure, spend your time in ways that align with what you want to do in life. And what was the first one? Commit to the life that you want. They kind of like, they're kind of the same thing. They're slightly different, but they kind of echo the same concept. For me, I spend like 80% of my time strategizing and 20% doing, and I'm trying to flip it. I'm trying to get closer to the opposite. 80% doing, 20% strategizing. Of course, I wrote out all these horror games on a spreadsheet so that I wouldn't run out of horror games and I would know exactly what are my selections, and I want suggestions from you guys, and that was a lot of strategizing. But now we're going to just turn it on to the other side, and we're going to just do 80% action, 20% strategizing. So like this video. Now I'm going to try and end this before we get to an hour. So that's the idea. Thank you for watching. Video's coming very soon. It'll probably start slow and pick up. It'll probably be like an hour or so per video. Let me know your thoughts on that. I guess we'll just see how it goes once we're in it. And I'll see you when I see you. Hopefully a video release this week. Hopefully this video goes out tomorrow, August 14th. It's also almost midnight. Had a lot of technical issues today, but we took care of them. We got them done, and we got this video done. I have a lot of anxiety right now. I have a lot of anxiety about, was this video good? I don't know. I'm gonna end it. We're gonna release it. Hopefully people like it. I don't even know if anybody's gonna watch it. Well, I'll probably have it as the featured video on the channel just so people know that because I think the last year's update video is the currently featured video. So we're gonna replace it with this one. I don't even know if it was a good one, but we're gonna do it. And then we'll start with whatever series first. Should it be Resident Evil 0? Should we do Little Nightmares first? Should we do a short indie game first? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. It's like the 10th comment question I've posted there. All right. I'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. Secret messages, I love you. For realsies. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Okay, bye.